You see the focus. You feel the energy. These guys are ready to go. What a gorgeous nighttime view from high above the city of Atlanta. It's Friday night, and live on 2K Sports, we're going to bring you the NBA in all its excitement. Kevin Harlan here alongside Greg Anthony and Chris Webber. DA David Aldridge is on our sideline. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. You look at the Hawks. Solid start to the season so far, sitting in 6th place. And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
In the last few years, we've seen league-wide scoring surge in the NBA. Now, many credit years of defensive rules changes, such as limiting hand-checking on and off the ball and getting rid of contact in the paint. Now, everyone isn't pleased with these changes. Some say defense is no longer allowed. But a higher pace of play, more efficient shot selection, and lots of threes also play a role. Most fans aren't complaining. Kevin?
It sure is fun to watch, DA. Thank you. Talk about rookies getting early playing time these days. Were you counted on much your first season? You had a terrific rookie year, obviously, but I'm guessing you did. You were counted on early.
Yeah, you know, for the high draft picks, you're usually going to go to a team that really needs your help. I was just blessed that I had great veterans, Hall of Fame veterans. When you look at guys like Chris Mullin, how about that? I was able to watch him practice and work and take care of his body. Latrell Sprewell, Billy Owens, all the great players, Avery Johnson. So I was counted on to do a lot, but those guys helped me do a lot, and they pumped confidence into me. I was able to steal their style, their work ethic. They showed me the ropes the right way, and I couldn't have been blessed with any better veterans for me to start off my career with.
Now the starting group for the visitors. We've got P. Boss is out there with the quick, and it's Big Daddy, and it's Buckets in at the small forward. And for the Hawks, Herter the 2 with Hunter at the 3. Clint Capella is out there with Collins, and it's Young in at the point guard position. Just 5 on the clock. That's tipped. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And so it's Atlanta with it. Capella, the pass to Young. Hunter with it. Capella dishes to Young. They get it again.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip-in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Here's the quick, defended by Young. Pass to Buckets. Takes a 3. A three-pointer is right on target.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
We see this all too often. You have to be willing to put in the work.
Herter passes to Young. And yes, it's good.
And having to respect Young's deep range defensively, hard to close off the lane.
Here's the quick. His last outing, he had 8 points. That shot wide open. Buckets got 5 now.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, that's because he's getting his number called early. I mean, he's doing his part to help carry the offensive load.
Here's Boss. Nets the corner 3. Boss has got his second basket.
But they've come out the locker room. His eye. 4 for 4 to start the night.
And the last 2 drafts, the Atlanta Hawks aggressively making trades to assemble this roster.
And drafting DeAndre Hunter and Cam Reddish, great length and versatility on the wings. You pair that with Trae Young and John Collins, and that's an exciting young core for the Hawks.
Pass to P. Here's the quick. It's good from long range.
Their hot start keeps getting hotter. 5 for 5 now to keep things going.
And so it's Young who brings it up for the Atlanta Hawks. 7-point differential. Atlanta now working with a new shot clock. And it goes down 2 points. 6 points for John Collins.
Yeah, heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
Bosch gets the bucket.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
The Hawks have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Young outside from 12 feet out. And again, it's Atlanta.
And a depth mid-range shooter as well. All Young needs is a little breathing room, and he set the fire.
Here's the quick. The pass to Boss. And the three ball is good. 11 points in the game.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
And Atlanta calls their first time out of the game. And with a younger generation of fans cutting the cord, Adam Silver has talked about ways, Chris, to make the games, the NBA games, more accessible.
Yeah, and as a guy, Kevin, that played on the West Coast, I know many people aren't happy with this idea, but I say move the games up an hour. Move it to 6 o'clock so that I could watch LeBron on the West Coast when I'm living on the East Coast and be to bed by a normal time where kids can stay up. But how about the streaming? I mean, you can watch it on your phone. There's so many better and different ways now. I mean, before, if you were traveling, you could never watch a game because you had to be by a TV set stuck into a wall. Now, that's your phone, your pads, and everything else. So I love the game. It's becoming more global because of the expansion and how we've gotten players out there in front of fans. And now, with the access that fans have through some type of mobile device, I just love it. I love it.
And who would have thought it would be Teague to send that shot away? Great block.
Hits the three-point bomb.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Going for the juggler right off the bat. I mean, jumping out to an impressive early lead.
Down low, here's Bembry, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
And Teague knew that he would be open there. Great patience and vision from the point man.
Here's Black Hole. Oh, the power on that throwdown.
Wow. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. 59 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Stolen. Here's the break. Jumps up. Oh!
Nice.
And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Yeah, you got to be careful. It's still early. They've expended a lot of energy, but they've also built a nice cushion here.
Knocks it loose. One-on-one here. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Bembry the pass to Fernando. Outside Teague to stop the run. Doesn't go that time. Here's Jay. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. It's his first trip to the line. First free throw is good. And he makes both free throws. 15 seconds left to play here in the first. Knocked loose. And he lobs it up.
Oh, such a beautiful pass to set that one up.
Yeah, the pass might have been pretty, but the finish was angry. Teague for three. And that one released in time, but no good. And that's it for the first quarter in what's been a very lopsided game. The away team delivering the blowout. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number two. A unique upbringing for Clint Capella. Spent years in a welfare
Even as a kid, I wasn't even dreaming about it.
Just an inspiring story, Greg. It gives you perspective on why you should be grateful for everything you have.
Kevin, without a doubt, Capella's upbringing helped shape him, and the hard work he continues to put in is really admirable.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the visiting team, what do you think?
Just stretching out the floor in that first, they had the defense scrambling.
Or just wearing them out. I mean, when you space the floor like this, the defense has to run and expend energy.
Big Smooth out there with Slim. Then it's the Cobra. Then it's Black Hole. And it's Jay in at the 2 guard. And last year, a tough one for Jeff Teague. Just couldn't put together his normal level of play.
You know, Teague missed some games with injury, but his shot just wasn't consistent. His passing and playmaking were as strong as ever, but you just couldn't rely on him to score.
Both shots good from the stripe.
And as you would expect from the way he plays, Teague is a terrific free throw shooter.
Pass to the Cobra. From outside the arc, first shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
Oh, I do too, Greg. You have to go to your best scorers. I mean, it's a smart strategy, and so far, it's paying off in this game.
Tries it from the top of the key. That's good from Teague on the assist from Labissiere. Teague's got 4 points now in the quarter. Passes it to Big Smooth. And we played just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. No good on the fadeaway. Now, here's Hunter. Tight defense on him. Jones kicks to Teague. 6 to shoot. And he comes up with the deuce. Teague's got 6.
I mean, it took him a long time to get into the flow of the game, but the points are starting to come for him now.
Santos, the pass to Big Smooth. Here's Jay, and Labissiere sends it back.
Just phenomenal timing on the block. Labissiere leaping up for the forceful rejection.
Bembry kicks to Teague. Again, the Hawks good for 2. Chris, you know a little something about that power forward position. Who do you think will be the best at that position in let's say 3-5 years from now?
Wow, it may be who's the best at that position now will continue to be, and that's Anthony Davis. He can do it all. He was a point guard in high school, and what that gave him was ball handling skills, lateral quickness, and a mentality of a small guy. And we all want that as big fellas, that mentality, because you have the height. You just need to believe that you can do it on all ends of the floor, and he can do it defensively, offensively. He can coach. He could be your trainer as well, get guys healthy. I think AD could do it all.
Good explanation. Here's Boss. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and Coach knows it.
And that's why they're running plays for him. They're getting him the ball and letting him go to work.
And here is Teague. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Chicago. Young for 3. But they'll get another chance. Collins kicks to Teague. Here's Young. He scores the basket. That's field goal number 3 for him.
Such a creative ball handler. Young has an ability to carve out room for himself with his dribble.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, Kevin, the Hawks have been in rebuild mode for the last couple of years, but this season brings a lot of optimism. Passing on Luka Doncic, the Hawks drafted Trae Young. It was much scrutinized, but Young came on down the stretch. His playmaking makes other people better, and also, they hope, will attract a free agent or 2. Now the Hawks have added several rookies, starting with DeAndre Hunter, and they believe they're poised to make some noise in the East. Kevin?
They took that gamble with Doncic and getting Young. We'll see what happens. Thank you, D.A. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Here's Flores. A huge slam, the perfect end of the fast break.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Oh, yeah, bang, bang. An impressive sequence that has them fired up.
Here's Young, and it's blocked. An even 3-on-3 break. Here's Boss, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And how about then not settling? I mean, instead of being lazy with the shot selection, they go right to the rim.
It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. There's the lob to the hoop. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Pressuring the ball and making a play that created the opportunity.
I mean, it all starts on the defensive end. When you're active and willing to gamble a little bit, the payoff can be big.
To the paint, Collins. And it's in there. Collins has got 8 points.
And even if the D has an impact, I mean, there's no way he's blocking that shot. He's giving up too much size.
And he may not have gotten the same attention as some of the other picks back in the 2017 draft, Greg, but John Collins out of Wake Forest has been outstanding thus far in his career.
Really one of the league's best kept secrets. Tremendous athleticism, also great hands, and just has a knack for moving to the open spot around that rim.
Atlanta calls timeout.
And Kevin, they've been committing a lot of turnovers here. Taking care of the basketball is the #1 priority right now in that huddle. They've got to tighten it up.
Fernando, the pass to Herter. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Here's Teague, and denied. He sends it right off the glass. The Hawks again can't hit.
It isn't the D that causes that miss. That's just a loss of concentration that time.
There's 49 seconds left in the first half of the game. Herter passes to Young. Lets the three fly. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. 9 points in the game so far.
The first thing that jumps out at you about Young, that seemingly limitless shooting range and the spacing that affords for this offense.
Here's Boss. The shot, no good. Collins with some nice D. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Now, here is Young. He had a 33-point outing in their last game against Chicago.
I mean, and you look at his free throw numbers. I mean, it shows you how much pressure he put on the defense.
Shot clock at 2. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Here's the quick. What a play. Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
Now, that's the way you want to end a quarter, with the momentum on your side.
And so it's the visiting team rolling along with a 27-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, can't tell you how much it means to us to have you back with us on the halftime show on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. Means the world, doesn't it?
Miss you.
Yeah.
So big.
Checking out the visiting team. Kenny, what did you see from them?
That was the half of the super sub for them. A lot of offense coming off the bench, and that's such a luxury to have that kind of firepower available. There were times when the pace picked up when the second unit came into the game, and that's the best part, having a bunch of guys who's ready at the drop of a hat.
And over to the big fella, your thoughts on the Hawks?
Well, there are a few areas they need to improve on, but perimeter defense is priority numero uno. They got to be quicker to close out on the three-point shooters, and you got to prevent the open looks. They weren't fighting through screens. They're just not doing enough, Ernie, especially outside.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks
Goodbye,
for
folks.
joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Boss has been sensational.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
Yeah, Greg, this game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Young and Herter make up the backline. Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. And it's Capella in at center. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Young with the ball. Lets a floater go, and he lays it up and in. Young's got 11.
And nice little floater right there. Give Young credit. He's developed the shots he needs to overcome his size limitations. And that's a great piece of work to get to the hoop there. Just tore the D to shreds.
He dishes it to Capella. In the corner, Herter with it. And there's the defensive 3-second call. Atlanta shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game.
And a season ago, they hit about 75% of their free throws.
And so he hits the technical free throw. Chris, you have been passionate about honoring those who blazed the trail for today's NBA, like the Globetrotters and the Wrens, in the days before integration.
Yeah. I mean, you think about what they've gone through off the court and on the court, and anyone, regardless of color, nationality, of just paving the way for me as a basketball player. I want to say thank you. Let's just think about what Red Auerbach did. Drafting the first African-American player, making the first African-American player coach in Bill Russell, who won the championship that year, and leaving him a good team. And if you look at organizations like the Black Fives, who bring an awareness to the games, and you just want to understand your legacy culturally. And that's why I have to, every time I see Mr. Bill Russell, Big O, or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, I give them a big hug and a wet kiss on the cheek, because I just thank them for not only advancing the movement in sports, but culturally. Sports has always sent a message to the culture and society about how cool teammates work together and how you can overcome a problem by working together. And so I really thank them for enduring all of the hardships that they did so that we can reap the benefits. So it's been awesome to be part of the league and be able to shake hands with those that have blazed trails for us.
That is so admirable on your part. And here comes the break. Here's Boss. Ooh. And that one is stuffed right through.
Oh, let's go home. That was just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game. Pass to Herter. Now Capella. It doesn't go for him. Gone 4 for 4 from the field since the halftime break. Terrific start to the 3rd quarter.
And really the story of this second half, one team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
Yeah, you can clearly see which offense is better right now. We'll see if that continues the rest of the way.
And he throws it down hard with one hand.
Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
Well, the results are clear as day. Great approach coming into the 3rd quarter. We'll see if they can keep it up.
Here's Young. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. You know, Greg, at Oklahoma, the long-range shooting of Trae Young drew eyes. But it seems it's his passing that's his most NBA-ready attribute.
How about, Kevin, first player in history to lead D1 college basketball in points and assists. Top 10 in the league in dimes his rookie season. The young man has a chance to be special.
Jones checked in for Atlanta. DeAndre Bembry comes in for Kevin Herter. Ball's knocked loose, and Black Hole's going to pick up the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Outside, Jones. There's the pass to Fernando. Here's Bembry. 5 on the clock. Got a piece of it. And here's the break. Here's Jay. And he makes good on the layup. Jay's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And this is why coaches talk about playing with pace. The scoreboard tells it all.
Yeah, because it's so hard to prevent transition scores. Whenever you get an opportunity to get out and run, you take it. That's just the product of good pass work. I mean, nice team basketball right there.
Here's Black Hole, and Jones sends it back. They get it back. Pass to Black Hole. Clock at 4. Second shot opportunity, and it's good on the way in. Black Hole's got 10 points in the game.
His individual effort has been outstanding tonight, and it's helped him grab the lead.
Bembry the pass to Fernando. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. The Hawks have only one missed free throw. They've had 5 attempts and made 4 of them. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. Labissiere's checked in for Atlanta. The 3. Fernando, that's good. Fernando's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. Here's Smooth, and they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, these days, so much emphasis on the perimeter game, but you can see why after that sequence.
1:09 left to play in the third. Here's Bembry. Got a piece of it, and he's able to get it back. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And the Hawks making a change here. Carter's checked in. 56 seconds left to play here in the third. Here's Black Hole. Teague covering. Puts it up from 17. He gets that one. Big Smooth got his second bucket of the night.
A nice job taking what the defenders gave him. These guys need a gut check right now.
I mean, I don't know what they were thinking. You have to know the scouting report. He's a threat from out there.
Well, Jeff Teague is one of the tougher players in the league despite his size, and he did a good job finishing through the contact.
Here's Black Hole, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. He's gone 1 of 1 in the game so far from the line. The first free throw is good. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Knocked away. Shot from 16, and that's good for 2. Black Hole's got 14 points for the game.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
Yeah, the defender just couldn't quite close the gap all the way and got burned for it.
And they're running. The 3. Cans it from downtown. Black Hole's got 9 points now in just the second half.
In perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Well, it had to be. These days, you need to stretch the floor somewhat to make everything else work.
And so it's the visiting team holding an unbelievable lead as the quarter wraps up. The 3-point shooting has come fast and furious to the tune of what has become a big-time blowout in progress. Back right after this. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or 2 when he needs to.
Oh, yeah, no need for hero ball there. I mean, you just need to make the right basketball play. Outstanding dish that time.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. Smooth out there with the Cobra. Then it's Big Smooth. Then there's Jay. Well, if teams are getting shaken up a bit, coach is usually the first to go, get fired. Do you think teams get too trigger happy with that? aspect, coach first and then looking at the team?
Yeah, I do. But unfortunately, if you're the head of the team, that's the responsibility, and that's kind of that's your job to take all of the heat. Being a coach is such a thankless job. You don't get thanked unless you win the championship. If not, it's like, good job, okay. We don't care about the fires you put out. We don't care about the players you develop. We don't care about the chemistry you built. You didn't win, and so, yeah, coaches some connections, and they have a good resume because they'll be back around somewhere else. They'll pop up somewhere else.
They sure will. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And the NBA is seeming to be at the crossroads of sports and fashion and Chris music. Do you think it's always
Lord,
been
Kevin.
this interwoven?
Oh, Kevin, please. You see the outfits they're wearing now? Now I got to be like the old fuddy-duddy, the old guy. Oh, my goodness. Guys are basically coming into the game like, did you turn on the lights before you got dressed in your closet? I mean, I know it's fashion. I'm not speaking about any one guy, but wow. I'm telling you, they're taking fashion to another level. And even though I joke about it, it's always fun anticipating what type of outfit I'm going to see guys do. You see that?
And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up. Here's Bembry. Picked his pocket. The 3 ball. It's deflected. Ball's knocked loose. Right wing. And the wide open shot from Reddish. And that one's off. He misses his first shot of the game. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
Always a threat. Three-point land that time was seriously expanded.
Passes it to Labissiere. And we're about 2 minutes into the 4th quarter now. Shot to stop the run. That one goes in.
Oh, and these close shots are the one Labissiere makes consistently, almost unblockable, given his height and length.
We see the shift toward players on competing teams becoming friends. How does that compare to when you played, Chris?
It's a little bit different. The players that I admired the most, I wouldn't be friendly with on purpose. We were in the same position. A guy like KG, one of my favorite players ever. We're close now. But during when we played, it was either me or him.
Really?
It was no both of us. I didn't want to hang around with him when I'm trying to beat him in the summer. But, you know, you got guys like the Banana Boat crew and LeBron and Wade. They're good friends anyway. Melo and LeBron came in 1 and 2, and they had that relationship. So I think relationships are always great. Really, it's just about can you turn the friendship off when you cross the line? I know that Banana Boat crew can, and I know others can as well. And that's all you want. As much as you're friends off the court, I want you to dislike each other on the court through your friendship, just like a big brother, little brother type of thing. So I don't think it's a problem.
Gets the 3-pointer to fall.
He's just stretching him out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a guy you can leave alone, not if you have any hope of closing the gap.
The basket counts and 1. They'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
And they haven't had much success in the paint since halftime. I mean, the offense sort of stuck on the perimeter. They need to get a little bit more inside-out balance.
Big Daddy's checked in for Smooth.
Yeah, Carter, just a freak of nature, one of the best dunkers the game has ever seen, a top-tier shooting guard who just embraces the spotlight.
Launches it. Nailed from 3-point land.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Knocks it loose. Young from outside. Good for basket number 7 tonight on a not-so-unlucky 13 shots.
And that gives him 2 3-pointers for the game, 1 in each half. I mean, he may add to that total pretty soon.
Out left to the wing. Defended by Young. Drills the 3-pointer.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the 4th period. We'll see how it pans out.
Well, as long as they're hitting like this, how can you blame them? They're on a tear.
Now Reddish. Here's the 3. And Young with the basket on the assist from Reddish. Young's got 21.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, man. Let's talk about it. The great competition going on. That's what makes a matchup like this so much fun to watch.
Atlanta's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Now here's Labissiere. He's guarded closely. Dedmon kicks to Reddish. 5 to shoot. Dedmon passes to Reddish. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Reddish has got his first 2 points of the night.
Excellent work offensively to get that shot attempt into a can't-miss area.
1:15 left in the fourth quarter. Drops in the tray.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
To him, Greg, the basket looks as big as the ocean right now. I mean, that's how easy he's making it look.
Back to Labissiere. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points, so 1 free throw coming up.
It's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Yeah, it has to be frustrating to catch fire when the game is already over. I mean, this is not the outcome they want.
Bembry's checked in for Young.
And Labissiere screams potential, a gigantic player who plays both ends of the floor well.
Drills it from outside.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, I love how they play for one another out there. No signs of selfishness. They're just a total team effort.
Here's Bembry. And he uses the glass on the layup.
A nice move to create a gap there in the defense and get to the bucket.
They're making this a runaway.
And the only question for me right now is just how big the lead will eventually become.
Stolen away. Pass to Reddish. Picked off in midair. And so the road team gets the W in this one. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And that'll do it, folks. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Chris Webber, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. And we'll see you next time.